We're here at the Masters Trading Card Game Finals for the World Championships 2014. Give it up for these incredible players, guys. Well deserved.
Yeah, Josh, this is it. This is the final match of the Masters Division, the final match of the entire 2013-2014 season. These guys have battled all season long to earn their spot here in the World Championships. And now, after it all, we're left with these two players, Igor Costa and Andrew Estrada. This should be an incredible finals matchup.
It really shall. Both of these players are really showing a new trend that's going on in the Pokemon Trading Card Game Masters. You're seeing younger and younger players competing with the veterans and often, as we've seen in this top cut, winning.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Andrew, I think he's only about 16 years old. And Igor, of course, he's a former world champion. He won when he was 16 years old. Could be a two-time world champion soon. He's only 18, so anybody can come in. You know, we have a lot of veteran players, like you said, in their 20s who have dominated the game for a while, but this is definitely a young person's game right now.
It really is. And Igor, man, world champion already in just one of his first years in the Masters division. He's back again, really clearing any doubt in anyone's mind that his win in 2012 was a fluke. He joins just an extremely exclusive club of players that have made the finals more than one time in the trading card game, and that's even if you include past divisions or not.
Right, I mean, even just in the Masters, there's only been two players who have made it to the finals twice. That's Ross Cawthon, two-time finalist, and then Jason Kozinski, three-time world champion. So now Igor joins an elite club, as we can see his player profile right here.
And we shall see, will he join an even more elite club to be just the second Masters player to win a world championship 2 times?
It's incredible. And you can see he has dominated in Portugal for a long time. He's a 3-time senior national champion, 1-time Masters national champion, and of course, 2012 world champion. And he also took second place at this year's 2014 national championship as well. So, incredible player.
Tons of Portugal love, all led by Igor.
Yeah, and I believe he only lost to Paulo in the finals of that national championship, who we featured before.
Paulo was defeated in the top 4 by Andrew Estrada, we see here. He's got 2 national wins, 2 regional wins, top 8 nationals in 2014, 4-time Worlds competitor. Andrew is backing up the motherland of Canada. I know there's a ton of fans. Look at that support.
Yeah, definitely an international flair here at this year's World Championships. We have Portugal versus Canada. You know, we've seen U.S. and Japan be dominant at the World Championships for how long? But now, Portugal, Canada, we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, this is going to be great. It looks like both players are almost underway. Just waiting for both players to get seated. They have their opening ready. We might have another player joining his exclusive club of someone that's won the World Championships more than one time in Masters. And so we're going to throw it over to the 2 competitors, get this game started.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next on the stage, we have the Pokemon TCG Masters Division Finals. The players are Player 1 from Canada, Andrew Estrada, versus Player 2 from Portugal, Igor Costa.
All right.
Some awesome introductions and it's really setting the stage here. This is it. This is the finals. This is for all the marbles. The winner of this match will be declared the world champion.
That is just such a huge honor, incredible title. You get a huge scholarship alongside of it. And really, you just want to be able to tell people, hey, I was the best in the world at this.
You are a world champion, and nobody can take that away from you. You go down in the history books being the world champion, and of course, you get that awesome Pikachu trophy.
Awesome Pikachu trophy, awesome full art now, Pikachu world-winning card. I can't wait. This matchup is going to be so tight, too, because both players are running the same deck.
Yeah, I mean, they're both running this Virizion Genesect deck that we have seen a ton of so far this weekend in the Masters division. Their deck lists are pretty similar. There are a few differences, which we'll get to over the course of the game. Right now, they're setting up, and man, these guys got to be a little nervous.
It's so interesting seeing this Virizion Genesect deck emerge really just a huge amount in Worlds. Now, a lot of people, they often look to the U.S. National Championships to see sort of the better consistency forming decks, because this is the largest tournament in terms of players every year. But Virizion Genesect did not perform that well at the Masters Nationals. But here at Worlds, it is the play. Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And one of the differences in these lists is Andrew running that one Jirachi EX, a 90 HP starter. And
Whoa,
no!
whoa.
He has to pass the turn right away. No energy, no other Pokemon. Not the way you want to start your World Championship Finals.
That is one of the most disgusting turn ones I've ever seen. And we've been watching Andrew for a while. We got to see him just barely squeak into top cut. He was the 8th slot out of 8 players. He got a draw against Mia Violet yesterday, and it just allowed him to squeak through. He's been normally running a real tight ship, very consistent deck. Jirachi is a tech card. It has an ability that you activate when you play it from your hand onto the field. When you just start with Jirachi, 1, you don't get that ability. 2, it has 90 HP as an EX, so it's giving up one of the easiest 2 prize cards you can. And then 3, he didn't even play a supporter, attach an energy. I mean, what's in his hand? How could it be that bad?
I don't know. Can't be anything good, though. I mean, wow, I couldn't imagine a worse start for Andrew here in the finals. On the other side, Igor will basically be going first after that. Normally, the player going first has a huge advantage in this mirror matchup. They get to do everything first, but with no attachment, no Virizion or Genesect in play. Oh my goodness, Igor, he didn't have an attachment either.
What is going on here? We've got, now his board certainly looks better. Well, anything looks better than a single Jirachi, but he has the Virizion, he has the Genesect. What makes this deck so good is that turn 2 Emerald Slash. If you attach again, start slashing, it just piles up the energy on your board. You don't have that.
No, we're gonna see
now
the riskiest chorus for 1 I've ever seen in my life.
That's how bad his hand is. Colress, you shuffle your hand in your deck, you draw 1 card for all the bench Pokemon in play. There is 1 bench Pokemon in play. If he draws nothing here, he has the worst imaginable start. No energy, no supporter, solo Jirachi. What's happening?
What is this 1 card going to be? Oh my goodness.
Boy. Oh, we can't see. He's keeping it secret, keeping us on our toes. Juniper? So
yeah,
more,
we see the Juniper from Igor. He's going to draw a fresh hand of 7.
If he doesn't find a new Grass Energy, I'd be shocked. I do see it in here.
I am just wondering, what is Andrew's 1 card? I'm just waiting for it to be that Professor Sycamore that he plays so he can get a fresh hand of 7. Hopefully we have a good game.
The Colress machine allows him to get extra energy into play, so that Genesect will be online next turn, or sorry, within 2 turns. Potentially next turn with Energy Switch.
Yeah, he does get that plasma energy out of the deck onto his Team Plasma Pokemon.
Wow.
And he's saying, you know what, I think all you have is that Jirachi. But no!
Another basic. We still don't know what the card is that he left down, but it clearly wasn't a supporter. So, when your opponent's start is this bad,
Oh my goodness!
Oh no!
Igor has to play an end! Andrew gets a fresh hand of 6 cards. What is going on here?
I don't know if I agree with that. It's, I mean, when you know your opponent has just nothing, is it better off to just wait, see, maybe draw 1 more card?
I don't know.
I guess Igor figures his start is already so much better.
Oh yeah.
If I give my opponent 6 cards, they're still going to need a long hike. He needs 1 energy on that Genesect. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, he knows he can just take 2 quick prizes here. There's that Sky Arrow Bridge in play already. It's going to give him free retreat. Megalo Cannon takes an easy 2 prizes on Jirachi EX. And Andrew is left with no energy in play, so this is a very strong play.
It wasn't quite the loss in just a few turns like we were thinking, but Andrew is so far behind. No energy. He can't power up Emerald Slash really at this point without taking a couple extra turns. It's just...
An uphill battle is an understatement here. There's a fully powered Genesect staring him down. We could also see that G-Booster Ace-Spec card coming out next turn. Igor's already taken the first 2 prizes. Realistically, this is a game that could end in the next 2 turns since Andrew doesn't really have anything to fight back right now.
Without a doubt. I'm looking at Igor's hand, trying to scour it. It's hard to see. But if he has a Skyla, he plays 4 in the deck, or hits that G booster, things are going to get crazy.
All right, so Andrew's going to respond with probably the strongest thing he can do here. He's going to play an N, try to limit Igor's resources a little bit, put him down to 4 cards, and he'll draw his own 6 cards. He really needs to attach energy here, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the one, the colors machine. Let's see. Oh, Igor's got at least an energy, something he wants to see. Could even red signal if he really wanted to. Probably doesn't. I think I even see an N of his own. He wants to draw more. He's got Bicycle. So he wasn't shut down at those 4 cards.
Yeah,
but,
and we do see an attachment from Andrew. So an abysmal start. He's going to be in a big hole, but at least he'll have an opportunity to do something in the coming turns.
We'll see. We've seen him pull himself out by the skin of his teeth several times in this championship. So we'll see if he can do it again at the biggest stage.
Andrew has been living on the edge all weekend. Of course, he was the 8th seed here in this tournament, in the top 8. So he barely made it into the top 8, and then match after match, he was just top decking the right cards at the right moments.
Tool scrappers himself so that he can draw more cards off Bicycle. It's an item card, allows you to draw up to 4. Doesn't look like he actually got anything, and I'm actually questioning the N that I saw earlier. It must not have actually been in his hand.
All right, so we do just see another Megalo Cannon. It's going to set up that Virizion EX to be knocked out next turn by either an Emerald Slash or another Megalo Cannon. So Igor just keeping the pressure on here.
It's probably what you want. You know the Virizion EX basically has to go online. There's no other way Andrew's getting enough energy in play. I see Professor Sycamore, same as Juniper. Both players running the same card, have a different name. Dumps his hand, draws a new 7, but even after this Emerald Slash and 2 energy, it's going to be a Genesect on Genesect battle. And Igor's got 2 of them.
Now we do see an Ultra Ball from Mr. Mime that has that bench barrier ability that's going to block any damage done to his bench. So Genesect EX's Megalo Cannon won't be able to hurt his bench anymore. Not sure how relevant that will be, but hey, it's at least nice to block that damage.
Yeah, I mean, it sort of creates this thing, like, if he could have done 20 damage to the benched Genesect, puts it at 6, then he's maybe like a Muscle Band Megalo Cannon away from a knockout.
Right.
But with Mr. Mime down, you know, maybe that buys him time, but he decides, puts the energy on the guy that isn't damaged already. So.
And here we just see the Emerald Slash, and then on Igor's side, he's going to play another Chorus Machine. Wow. So, of course, his list is a little unique. He does play 3 of those Chorus Machine. So he's going to play another one here to drag the Plasma Energy out of the deck, and it looks like we'll have another Megalo Cannon for a knockout.
We saw that earlier with Igor's Portugal friend Silva. Also, the heavy Chorus Machine count. It's pretty interesting, but so deadly. If you're able to get an Emerald Slash out, then you're attaching more energy with the card. You have all these energy, and it's not even the 1 energy you attach per turn from hand.
And we do see the G Booster come down, and an N from Andrew. So Igor will go down to 2 cards. It looks like he's well in the lead, but this could turn around at any second. That active Genesect, only 100 HP left. That can go down to Megalo Cannon. If Igor doesn't draw a G Booster and an energy, Andrew could be knocking on the door.
Shadow Triad.
And he does get the energy to attack. That was the big thing he needed right here.
Ooh, this could be a turnaround. He certainly still has a steep hill to climb, but he will be taking his first 2 prizes. He actually does not have to discard energy either. He doesn't need to use the G Booster yet. Just has the Mega... Oh, no. He did 20 on the bench. Just regular Megalo Cannon.
Yeah. Now for Igor, if he can get a Grass and the G Booster, he'll take his last 2 prizes and win here. If he doesn't, boy, what does he do? Does he attach and then do 100? He can't do that. He'll just get knocked out. So it's just kind of a game of running out of energy here. This is my 1 turn to get a big G Booster knockout. Right. And now it could be back in Andrew's favor after that horrible start.
Yeah, this is rough. That ended too. And it's just such a powerful card.
And Igor just passes. There's
no!
a red signal.
What a turnaround! Wow! Oh, I can't even imagine.
I don't even know what you can say besides wow. That was just...
I told you, Andrew keeps pulling it out, but this time I truly can't believe it.
He truly is the comeback kid of this weekend. This is incredible.
If you told me, that's it, it's already over. What?
What did we just see?
If you told me 5 turns ago that Igor was losing this game, I would have never believed you. How can you start with Jirachi? Colress for 1. Next turn he draws. It's just another basic. But Igor, all of a sudden, N is just such a powerful card. Forces your opponent to draw. Both of you guys shuffle in. draw a card for each prize card you have remaining. Igor only had 2. Drew 2 cards, no supporter. It's just over.
Sometimes that is the danger of taking prizes too quickly in this format. N is such a powerful comeback card, just limits your opponent's resources, and Genesect EX, once it gets that G-Booster going, we see you can easily just knock out 3 straight Pokemon and you win the game because they're Pokemon EX.
I can't believe it, Kyle. I mean, they've said Andrew's the comeback kid. He might be the definitive comeback kid. I mean, if I'm Igor there, I am absolutely shocked and, yeah, a little heartbroken probably. That was just a game you honestly should win most of the time, and then it just gets stolen from you just like that. Look at the difference in body language. You see Igor, hands just slumped down. He's trying really hard to focus. And then you see Andrew, hands shuffling at lightning pace. Can you imagine? You're now 1 game away from becoming the world champion.
Wow, but Igor has been here before, right? He is a former world champion. He's played in plenty of tournaments. He knows it's just 1 game. Sure, it was a devastating one, but he knows he just has to win 2 in a row, and then he is the 2-time world champion.
Right. I cannot wait to see how this game goes out. Igor begins with a mulligan. If you don't have a basic Pokemon in your opening hand, your opponent gets the option to draw a card for each mulligan that you got. So Igor shuffle again, reset. Runs a lot of basic Pokemon, so I wouldn't expect it to happen too many times. Let's see, draw a new hand, new basic. And gotta wonder for Igor, how is he going to be able to turn this game around when his opponent surely will not have as bad a start as he did last time?
I don't know. Well, we're going to get started off in Game 2 of the finals here in the Masters division between Igor Costa and Andrew Estrada. Looks like Igor's going first with that Chorus machine, and he's going to want an energy attachment on that Virizion EX this turn.
Let's see, he's checking through his deck, making sure that nothing crucial is in the prize cards. One of the biggest things for the Virizion Genesect deck is that G-Booster card you saw. It enabled Andrew's Genesect to deal a massive 200 damage per attack off some discards. You can only run 1 of the A-Spec card in your deck at a time. So when that's prized, it can be an issue, but Andrew actually runs a card that allows him to see your prize cards, flip them over face up, and Igor does not. So hopefully he didn't prize it.
So we saw a pretty costly Professor Juniper on that first turn. He had to discard his Tool Scrapper. That's your best defense against your opponent's G-Booster A-Spec card. You can discard it, take that option away. So now, from here on out, the only way Igor will be able to get rid of G-Booster is by knocking out a Genesect.
Almost a bit of miscommunication. I believe Igor interpreted Andrew's body language as ending his turn.
Yeah.
Almost went to draw cards. We're back in. Plays an N. The early game ends. Both players are shuffling and drawing 6. You guys saw just how deadly that card is in the late game.
Yeah. Now, we saw an interesting thing there from Andrew. I believe he had a Plasma Energy in his hand. He could have attached that to Virizion EX, but he knows Igor plays Enhanced Hammer, so if it got discarded off his Virizion EX, that would have set him back a turn. So instead, he's going to play the N, try to draw a Grass Energy, one that can't be removed by Enhanced Hammer.
And he does find it. So that was really smart play. These players are young, but they really have been making some incredible plays to deal with both the mirror and their opponent's tech cards.
I would say they know what they're doing. They got all the way to the finals, and I mean, hey, it's even pretty much the same deck, so pretty crazy.
I mean, really, once you get this, like, the age just doesn't matter. They're playing so well. It's just so uncommon to me. I've been part of an era where the older players are the ones that have dominated. It's a whole new world out here.
Yeah, as long as you put the time in and practice, if we listen to Jason Kozinski in that video before, he's the 3-time world champion. He says he practices, he plays Pokemon over and over and over, and that's what it takes to get good.
I can attest to that. That man lives and breathes Pokemon.
All right, so we do see the energy go into the Virizion EX this turn, and a Skyla, so we will see the turn 2 Emerald Slash from Igor on this turn. He'll be able to power up his Genesect on the bench. This is exactly what he wanted to see.
And also helpful here is the Muscle Band. Allows the Virizion EX to deal 70 damage instead of 50. And that's going to set up that Genesect EX with 100 HP remaining. That lets it get knocked out by Genesect EX's Megalo Cannon attack.
Right, normally you use G-Booster to knock out those big EXs, but Virizion EX, not just a great support Pokemon, also sets you up with damage. At 70 is the perfect math, like you said. Megalo Cannon knocks it down. So very big hit there on the Genesect.
However, one thing I do see on Igor's board, he's already played 2 Plasma Energy.
Right.
Normally, when you attach a Plasma Energy to Genesect EX, you get his ability Red Signal. Allows you to pull up a Pokemon off the bench, but when you've played 2 of your 4, that's 2 Red Signals that you might not see. Maybe you can recycle by using Shadow Triad, but you don't normally want to play them if possible.
Right, and that's why we normally see most Virizion Genesect players use 1 Chorus machine in their deck, right? You really don't like taking the Plasma Energy out of your deck. You want to attach them to use Red Signal, but Igor's just opting to be more aggressive and straightforward, using those 3 Chorus machine in his deck, and this is where it can backfire sometimes.
We will see. It's definitely going to be an impact on the mid and late game. However, you can't complain with 5 energy on your field at this point.
Yeah, and we do see that town map in Andrew's hand. I wonder if he'll play it here. There's 2 sides to this. Number one is, he wants to flip them over when he does take a prize. He wants to take the right card. But if he does flip them over right now, he gives away crucial information on what's in his prize cards, because Igor can also see his prizes. So he's actually just going to hold on to the town map until he can take a couple prizes.
Correct. Yeah, the town map just allows you to flip your prize cards over. You don't get to take any, but they're face up. Your opponent can see them, you can see them, and in this deck, there's so many one-of copies that these players are running that they might really need, crucially, at the end of the game. So being able to know what prize card you are taking, especially when you're taking like 2 from an EX, it can be big.
Yeah, so there are a lot of little subtle things here that a lot of players wouldn't pick up on first, not attaching that Plasma Energy on the first turn, and now not playing the town map. Normally players are all gung-ho and they like to play their cards down immediately, but sometimes you do have to show a little bit of patience.
Yeah, this is definitely a game of patience too. You saw the ultimate example of patience from Andrew. Many players, they might have been so discouraged they would just scoop, try and make time. And Jirachi, 1 card, what is this? But you can clearly make some incredible comebacks in this game.
Right, now we will see an Ultra Ball here from Igor. Looks like he'll search for a Pokemon. I wonder what he'll grab. He does run all sorts of little tech cards here. He has a line of Drifblim. He has a Shaman EX, which we may see come into play at some point, but looks like he's just going to take Virizion EX for now.
Yeah, I can't tell if he maybe has... Oh, just grabbing the Virizion. Interesting that he chose to grab the Virizion EX. He's bicycling. Oh, I see now. There was a Juniper in his hand, so he was just trying, I've already got 2 Virizion EX. I'm never going to use that 3rd.
Oh, and here's the Plasma Energy. That's going to be a big Red Signal onto the bench, Genesect EX. Andrew just got that powered up, but now Igor's going to bring it out and knock it down with a Megalo Cannon.
We were just talking about how Igor, he'd already played 2 Plasma Energy. He has less and less chance of finding that 3rd. But you know what? He still got it.
He found it. Bicycle and Professor Juniper, he's drawing tons of cards, so he just happened to draw into that Plasma Energy.
Kaboom! That's a Megalo Cannon. First knockout for Igor Costa. Gets himself 2 prize cards because he knocked out an EX Pokemon. However, now normally I'd say like, oh, he's in a really good board position, but I don't know what to think anymore. When's that end to 2 coming,
Igor definitely has the advantage right now, though.
He does. I just don't know what to believe. Now, Andrew actually has played 2 ends. He's needed to draw extra cards, so that will make it less common.
Right.
And he did play the town map.
Yeah, flipping over 2 Ultra Ball, 2 Grass Energy, an Energy Switch, and a Muscle Band. So one thing he's glad not to see is no G-Booster in the prizes. That's honestly why you would play town map in this kind of a deck. Your G-Booster is so important, so if it's in the prizes, you need to fish it out immediately. But we can see it is not prized, so at some point he can grab it out of his deck.
Yeah, 2 energy, maybe a little disappointing, but not the end of the world. One thing I've noticed with these players in this Virizion Genesect deck is they're running out of energy toward the end of the game. You cycle through so many with Emerald Slash, and you're discarding energy when you use the G-Booster attack that you could run out. So both players are running a copy of that Super Rod card just to get them back into the deck.
Yeah, like Virizion EX keeps pulling energy out of your deck, so sometimes, like you said, you just kind of run out, especially with 2 of the prizes like Andrew has. But it looks like there are 2 left, so he's going to go ahead and Emerald Slash those right on to Genesect EX, and now it'll be on Igor to try to respond.
Well, interestingly enough, I'm looking at Igor's list. I actually don't think he runs Super Rod. That was a pretty common card, so I did see his partner Silva in the top 4 when he was playing Andrew. He ran out of energy in Game 3.
Well,
if you can't, there's the G-Booster.
Uh-oh, here comes the G-Booster. So that does 200 damage, pretty much going to obliterate any Pokemon in its path. Poor Virizion EX has 170 HP, so it certainly will not survive this one.
Igor, too, looking at his hand, he has the Shadow Triad. So even if this active Genesect EX is knocked out, that G-Booster hits the discard pile, he can fish it back out with the Shadow Triad. So he could potentially deal 200 damage for 2 straight turns, and that's 2 prizes apiece.
And
He's just one away.
Once again, Igor's down to 2 prizes against the 6 of Andrew. But can Andrew make another miracle comeback here?
He doesn't have the end this time, so it's going to be rough.
It's crazy how similar this situation looks to the last game. But like you said, no end this time. But it is the exact same thing. He'll be able to knock out this Genesect with a Megalo Cannon. And then if he can get the G-Booster on the next one, he could pull a big comeback again. There's an Enhanced Hammer.
Ooh.
That's going to make it way more difficult for Genesect to attack next turn. And we may be seeing another comeback.
Oh, man. Now, I did not see the full of Igor's hand. Perhaps if he has an energy switch, that saves him. He can switch one, attach one from hand and Shadow Triad. But at his opening hand, I didn't see anything that resembled an energy. So we'll see. He did just grab 2 prize cards, though.
So we're going to have to see what else Andrew can do here. He does have that Super Rod like you were mentioning before. He'll be able to shuffle 3 grass energy into his deck with that.
There
so
it is.
He's going to go ahead and do that.
When you got 2 grass prized, you'll want more deck.
Yeah. But he's probably out of them, honestly. So he's glad to have 3 of those back in there. And he's using those cool base set style foil energy. Love to see those.
Yeah, I really enjoy them. It's like a blast of the past, but still very fancy.
Yeah, so now we don't really see anything great out of Andrew beyond this, right? He doesn't have the G-Booster in hand ready to go, but he can take down Igor's Genesect, and will Igor be able to win the game?
Does he have the combo? Energy switch, there it is. Attachment from hand. Does he have the attachment from hand? If he does, Shadow Triad seals it.
Professor's
Letter, search your deck for 2 basic energy. He's got it.
And
Attach
let's see the
Shadow Triad. Recycle the G-Booster. Kaboom!
Unbelievable games here so far. I thought Andrew might pull another miracle comeback, but nope. Igor says Enhanced Hammer. Nope, I'll just play an energy switch. An energy, Shadow Triad for the G-Booster, and we'll blow up another one of your Pokemon.
Wow, so just like that, it's 1-1. This 3rd game is everything. Winner takes all and is world champion for the trading card game Masters Division.
That's a lot to think about. You've been playing this entire weekend, battled through 9 rounds of Swiss, 2 rounds of single elimination in the top 8 and top 4, and you played 2 games in the finals, and now it all comes down to 1 single game. I cannot imagine any more pressure.
Your mind just must be racing at this point. You don't know what to think anymore. Sometimes player has a dominating position. They're able to seal it. Sometimes a comeback looks like it's happening, but it doesn't. Sometimes it looks like it won't ever happen, and then it does. And that is the beauty of the Pokemon trading card game, is you're never really out. You never know.
Yeah, so, I mean, Igor got to go first in that game. He had the advantage pretty much the entire game. Honestly, he basically went first in the first game as well. Andrew didn't do anything for a while, so I'll be interested to see, can Andrew take advantage now that he'll be going first? Can he get the first Emerald Slash? Will he be the aggressor in this game?
Going first is so big in this matchup. That early Emerald Slash powers everything else up. So it's both these players, while they do run a lot of basic Pokemon, they're certainly hoping that it is a Virizion EX that they can start with.
Right, and both of these players, I believe, actually, no, Andrew running 4 of those Virizion EX, so you can start with them. Igor, just 3, but hey, he runs a lot of them. And this Virizion Genesect deck honestly has kind of a snowball effect. Once you get the Emerald Slash going, you get all your energy in play, you get all your Genesect EX powered up, and then you just start attacking nonstop.
Yeah, that's the land of milk and honey. So we'll see who's taking the trip.
Let's see what these players
I see a Virizion in Andrew's hand.
That's exactly what he wants. I believe there's a grass energy as well, and Igor has to mulligan.
Ooh, looking pretty good for Andrew to start. You always want to start that Virizion. Now he's on a pretty good route of getting himself that turn 2 Emerald Slash. He gets to go first. He gets the first attachment. Not being able to attack going first doesn't matter at all. You're never attacking turn 1 with this deck. And he gets an extra card now because we saw mulligan. Oh, is that another Virizion? Both players starting their ideal starter down on each other.
All right, now let's make some noise. This is the final game for the Masters Division.
It
will be decided right here. And looks like we got a Drifloon for Igor and a Virizion EX for Andrew.
Interesting. I know you can always retreat the Sky Arrow Bridge. I'm actually not sure. What is Drifloon's retreat? Is it one?
It's the one, yeah.
Okay.
It's the 60 HP Drifloon. There is another one with 70 HP that has 2 retreat, but
certainly don't want that.
yeah, since he's running Sky Arrow Bridge, you want to go ahead and give that free retreat so all of your Pokemon can retreat for free when you have that in play.
So if he does have Sky Arrow Bridge, obviously he can retreat to Virizion when needed. If he doesn't, it might be a little trickier. But at the very least, he's not absorbing any damage directly from your opponent's Virizion.
Oh, we see an end. So Andrew did not have an energy to attach right here. This will be a very crucial 6 cards. If he doesn't draw a grass energy, he will basically give up his first turn advantage. He needs an energy right here.
He runs 13 energy. Let's see if he can find it. Preferably a grass. Oh, there it is. First card. He's got it.
All right, so far so good for Andrew, and now, you know, it is intimidating on Igor's side, being the player who's going second, being the one who's going to be using all the attacks second. So we'll have to see if he can pull some kind of comeback like Andrew did in the first game. He is a little more suited to do that since he does run that Shaman EX, but there's a lot of things that have to go on in between.
Yeah, we haven't seen Shaman in a while. That's the special card Igor runs that Andrew does not. It's an EX Pokemon like Jirachi, a low HP one, easy knockout, but it has this Revenge Blast attack for 2 energy that can deal incredible damage, depending on how many prize cards your opponent's taken. And I would love to see Shaman. I haven't gotten him yet.
Yeah. Of course, Igor does have a little history with the Shaman in the finals. Sorry, Harrison. But we do see a Skyla for an N, and I mean, Igor got what he wanted to, energy on Virizion EX.
Now, we still didn't see the Sky Arrow Bridge. Without that, stuck with the silly Drifloon in that active spot. Might be a little ugly.
Yeah, but the Drifloon honestly doesn't make a
no,
difference.
I guess
he only runs
if
one
he's active,
non-EX Pokemon, so he'll actually be taking the brunt of the attack. He doesn't mind if it gets knocked out.
I was going to say, he might even prefer it gets knocked out.
Exactly. He would rather have that than his Virizion EX take 50 or perhaps 70 damage from a Muscle Band.
And so here we do see Andrew discard the Sky Arrow Bridge from his hand with Ultra Ball. So he's not going to give Igor that effect. Stadium cards in the Pokemon trading card game, they give an effect to both players at all times. Sort of changes the battlefield, but he did not want to change it there.
Yeah, so we're seeing a lot of intelligent decisions here. Little subtle things that may not seem like much, but make an absolute difference. Igor deciding to start off with the Drifloon. Andrew here deciding to discard his Sky Arrow Bridge so that Igor can't take advantage of the free retreat right now, because he would want it more. So all of these little things are why these players are right here, right now.
So Andrew searching through his deck, I'm sure, trying to determine what his prizes are. Seems like he's going to grab another Genesect to play that to the bench.
Yeah, so now he has 2 of those Genesect EX in play. He's going to play a Skyla here.
Professor's Letter, there it is.
There we go. That's why you play it. You play so many of these Skyla, and with Professor's Letter, Skyla turns right into energy.
Yeah, the Professor's Letter card, so powerful. For so many years, we've seen the Energy Search card really be the only trainer card that you can use to get energy into your hand.
Right.
Years and years, and it's been played even like earlier, before this Professor's Letter was introduced to the world. Now that you can get 2 off one, it's used in a lot of decks.
Yeah, so now he actually didn't knock out the Drifloon, so he'll force Igor to have that Sky Arrow Bridge if he wants to use Emerald Slash this turn. Boy, if Igor can't pull off an Emerald Slash here, Andrew could potentially get 2 of them off, and that would just be huge to have 2 Genesects fully powered.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Drifblim also has 1 retreat, right?
Correct.
Evolving's not an option either.
He does not use the one that's good against the
Oh, there you got it!
But there we go, Sky Arrow Bridge.
Now, it's weird. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal in the early game, but it's the difference from Emerald Slashing turn 2 to Emerald Slashing turn 3 that can really kill you in this mirror match.
It's the difference being 1 turn behind, basically. If you get these 2 energy in play, your Genesect's all powered up, you're good to go. If you missed the attack there, oh boy, now you just have a Virizion with 2 energy, and you have no real response if your opponent comes up with a Genesect.
So now we've seen an equal start on both sides of the field. Look at all those energy in play. It is going to come down to who's getting the plasma energy, who's getting those red signals, and who is firing off of that G booster.
Yeah, we do see Andrew actually does have that plasma energy in his hand, so I believe he might go after the Genesect on Igor's bench if he can. And that would be a big turn of events here. There is the plasma energy. Is he going to use red signal?
Yep, pull it up. Now, does he have the G booster is the next question. Or is he just content with damage?
He has a Skyla in his hand.
Oh.
So I don't know. Maybe he knows G-Booster's prized, or maybe he knows, if I G-Booster here, sure, I take out the Genesect, but then I leave myself with just 1 energy on my Genesect.
Yeah.
we could be in that awkward spot where you've taken too many prizes too quickly and you can get hit by N.
It's really an odd overextension sometimes, getting the really early G-Booster attack. We'll see. He's going Skyla. I think he's hungry for it.
I think he has two options. He can go for the G-Booster, just take the knockout here, or a Muscle Band, just hit for 70 to set up for a Megalo Cannon. Looks like he's eyeing up the Muscle Band. But he's eyeing up the
he's got them
G-Booster.
both. Those are the two plays right there. Look, he's holding.
You can see he's debating this. This is a tough decision.
Does he want to go aggressive or conservative?
Right, and you know, the aggressive player in game one didn't work out so well. I don't know. This is a huge decision here. Which one is he going to make?
On the line.
Yeah, every decision counts here. Like we said, this game decides the World Championships. That huge scholarship award you get to go down in the history books as World Champion. What is he going to pick?
Was that bottom card? He grabbed the G-Booster. He's going aggro.
Oh, man. Looks like he is not putting up with any nonsense this game. He's just saying, let's go all out. Time for Genesect to come out. We'll just destroy my opponent's Genesect. And, you know, if Igor can't get another Genesect in play to power up with Emerald Slash, this could be huge.
Oh, without a doubt. Now, even though he is going to have to discard 2 of his energy cards, there are plenty of energy on the bench that Virizion EX could lend a hand over to Genesect if he has energy switch.
There's the G-Booster for the knockout, so looks like Andrew finally will take a lead in the game.
He got the Colress machine, too, off the prizes.
There's a Tool Scrapper, though, and an N. And a Genesect, so if there's any combination of cards Igor could have wanted, I think it would have been those.
We've seen the power of N. Let's see how it pays off.
Yeah, Tool Scrapper is huge there, discarding the G-Booster. The only way to recover that is that Shadow Triad supporter, and you know, sometimes you just can't afford to use your supporter card on that.
Yeah, Shadow Triad is rough because it's your supporter for the turn. It's not drawing you cards. It really is just used to recycle that G-Booster, maybe Plasma Energy.
Yeah, and we actually saw another big thing there. Igor got another Muscle Band. Andrew did Tool Scrapper discarded, so now he'll be able to do 70 with Emerald Slash, setting up for a Megalo Cannon knockout. And we've kind of seen the tables turn a little bit. You know, in the first game, the second game, it was kind of Andrew setting up these plays, Virizion EX doing 70, and then Genesect knocking it down. But now Igor is kind of on the back foot. He has to be the one doing it.
Yeah, it's such a great interaction when you have cards like N. Do you want to go aggressive or not? You know, perhaps Andrew instead goes for that Muscle Band play you were talking about. Now, if Igor ends, he's drawing 6 cards instead of 4.
Exactly.
And he Emerald Slashes and gets 2 more energy in play instead of discarding 2. It's these little things that really add up in the end game. And it actually makes this mirror match really exciting.
Right, and then we do see the Emerald Slash for 70 damage. He did have to attach a Plasma Energy to his Genesect just to get another attachment for the turn. Kind of a wasted attachment because he would love to save those Plasma Energy for Red Signal, but hey, he knows he needs the energy in play. He needs to power up multiple Genesect.
He does. Now, because of that discard the Tool Scrapper, there's no easy way for Andrew to get another 200 damage knockout. But he does have a Professor Sycamore in hand, so he's able to discard his whole hand, draw 7 cards if he needs to.
Looks like he's going to go with a Red Signal onto Igor's Genesect on the bench and a Muscle Band on his own Virizion, so he's definitely keeping up the pace here.
Yeah, definitely get an idea. If I can lay down 70 damage here with an Emerald Slash and get more energy in play, yeah, maybe I'm susceptible to another knockout, but I'm getting a knockout set up for myself next turn. And I'm also just getting big energy.
Right, and you're going after the thing that has the energy on Igor's side, right? He only has the Genesect with 2 energy, and the one on the bench only has the 1 Plasma, which could be discarded by Enhanced Hammer at some point. So sometimes it becomes just a game of how much energy does my opponent have in play, and if I can take out the one thing that has all of it, maybe you can win that way.
This is going to be really crucial, depending on what kind of knockout is Igor going to get. He's got the free Virizion active, but if possible, he wants to take out one of those Genesects.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he just drew the G-Booster, so if he can manage to get a Plasma Energy this turn, he could go after the Genesect on the bench. Here's an N. Will he draw Plasma Energy here? This is going to be a crucial 6 cards.
If he can just burst down on that 3 energy Genesect, it would be good. He wouldn't be out of the water, but it would definitely be good.
It would be huge. I mean, taken away, that's really Andrew's only Genesect that's fully powered. The other one has 1 energy. He would need a energy switch or a chorus machine to power it up. So if he can just get rid of that Genesect on the bench, this is going to be huge. And Igor knows he needs a plasma energy right here.
Can he find it? Andrew, the master of top-ticking plasma energy. Oh, first card! He took the trick out of Andrew's book. We saw him do that twice in top 8 to save his own skin.
Wow.
Oh. Andrew's like, yep, I know how that goes.
He's like, I can't even be mad at that.
Boom!
There we go, another G-booster. Down goes Genesect. And now, what's Andrew going to do? If he can find a way to power up his own Genesect, he can Megalo Cannon for the knockout.
He's Skylas, perhaps looking for energy switch.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's going to take his time to decide, though. There is so much on the line, so he just wants to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes here. Wants to make sure, all right, I will get a knockout, right? Because that would be pretty embarrassing if you did get a knockout.
Yeah, it's a knockout. He's got the 70. Megalo Cannon would deal 100. Yep. He does have an energy in hand and already an energy switch, or did he take the energy switch?
He's debating what card to take with Skyla. I guess he could choose between Coerce Machine and Energy Switch here. It looks like he may be going for the Energy Switch, but he should be able to knock out this Genesect.
I'm trying to look at Igor's hand.
He's eyeing up a Shadow Triad as well, so not really sure what he's going to do.
There's the energy switch.
Yep, there we go. It's like one of those old artworks of the energy switch card that's been reprinted over and over again. But, looks like he's going to attach
to the other
Genesect. What's going on here?
Does he have Colorless Machine as well?
Does he have two of them?
Oh, okay, he did have the first energy switch. I was right.
Double energy
switch to the clean Genesect.
Wow.
So clean.
That is a monumental play. That other Genesect was in range of a Megalo Cannon knockout, but now this one is fresh HP.
So fresh.
Igor's G-Booster is going to go down here. He's going to need a Shadow Triad to get it back. Andrew making a huge play here.
Oh, boy.
It looks like he's trying to decide which energy to move off of his Pokemon, right? He's trying to decide,
certainly one Virizion, right?
Well, it seems like it. He's trying to debate, does he leave one on the Genesect or leave one on the Virizion EX?
Yeah, I mean, both of them are in the same knockout range. I almost feel like I'd rather have it on the Genesect.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he decides. It's kind of a tough decision because if his Genesect does get knocked out, he wants something to attack with right afterwards. So you can see how kind of fragile it is. It's a little unlikely that he gets knocked out, but in the case that he does, he wants to be most prepared.
All right, so we do see the Megalo Cannon knockout. And now...
Oh, he's going to knock out the Drifloon. That's a surprising prize to
boy,
take.
if there's an N, this is going to get really muddy.
Oh, yeah, now he's just opened himself up for the N to 1.
Does he have it, though?
And also it opens up the Shaman EX. Oh, my goodness.
Now that would be something to see. He's got the Ultra Ball.
Is it prized?
He doesn't have an energy switch, though.
All right, let's see. Here is the moment. Ultra Ball, and it's time for Shaman to shine if he can get it out.
The ultimate irony if the Shaman is prized.
Where is it?
Could you imagine? Oh, it's there.
It's in the deck.
He has the bicycle, I know.
Now, he will need to find an energy switch to move an energy to it. But if he can do it, if he can knock out this Genesect, he could sweep the last 4 prizes with that Revenge Blast, doing 180 damage a turn. That little 110 HP Pokemon can pack a punch.
That prize taken on the bench Drifloon is huge.
Yeah.
Like, if he doesn't take it, he requires a muscle band on the Shaman. Now, Revenge Blast knocks out everything. There he is. Crowd goes wild. It's that legendary treasure Shaman. So beautiful.
And this is going to be, does he have an energy switch?
Oh boy, this is the most exciting you can get in the trading card game. Oh, is that an N?
Oh, he's going to play an N. All right. So here we go, an N to 1 if he can find an energy switch to go with it. 4
cards. How many energy switches has he played?
I don't know.
I'm not sure if he's played any.
I was trying to check if he had any in his deck when he looked through it. We'll have to find out if he draws one. This is very suspenseful.
Man.
I cannot imagine a more exciting finish to this matchup here.
I want to see that Revenge Blast so badly. Shaman's Revenge. Can he get it? He's only getting 4 cards.
Right. He does have those Bicycle, though. If he doesn't draw it, maybe he can draw a Bicycle. He'll have a lot of ways to draw it. This suspense is killing me, Josh.
I can't handle it. I can't handle it right now. 4 cards. Energy switch is there, and his opponent only gets 1.
Does he get it?
Oh, no, but there's a Bicycle.
Oh, man.
Oh. Does he have anything to discard? I see 2 energy, Bicycle. Perhaps a Sky Arrow Bridge?
Looks like he's just going to go for the Emerald Slash. I think he's out of Energy Switch, so that wasn't even an option for him. And a Professor Sycamore! Are you kidding me? Now,
Two Sycamore.
If he could draw Plasma Energy and a Muscle Band, he can knock out that Shaman and win the World Championships.
Well, let's see. I see a Plasma Energy, two Plasma Energy, but was there a Muscle Band? I don't believe so.
Even just hitting that Shaman for 100 makes it pretty much useless, right?
Right.
Then it could just be knocked out by anything that can do 10 damage. So.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Now, we did see the Emerald Slash from Igor actually failed. There were no Grass Energy left in his deck, so he wasn't able to power up, say, another Genesect EX. So he is all in on this Shaman. It either carries him to the World Championships or he loses.
Now, you said he was out of Energy Switch, it seemed?
It seemed like it, yeah.
If he is, then how could he even power this Shaman? He doesn't have, does he have Grass in hand?
Yeah, he has two in his hand, it seemed like. He just drew into them, unfortunately, so he couldn't Emerald Slash them out of the deck.
Oh, boy. It does not get any more tense than this.
You're telling me.
It looks like Andrew's game, but you never know. You know, what if he gets end to one again? Then he doesn't have an energy, and he can't do that last bit of damage.
I think he's trying to figure out what to do. He can either Red Signal, bring out the Shaman, or he can attach to Virizion EX, retreat, and then Emerald Slash for 70, setting up a knockout on that Virizion EX. I don't know what's going to happen here, Josh.
I can't handle the hype.
I really have no idea who's going to win this. And here comes
like the right play.
EX.
70 damage, perhaps another energy, but more importantly, keeping his Genesect EX on the bench now.
All right, so here we go. What is Igor going to do? Of course, if he has an N here, that would be huge. He could put Andrew down to one card. That would be a game changer. But if he doesn't, it's just kind of wait and see what Andrew has. I got to imagine Shaman is going to come up this turn. We do see an Enhanced Hammer. There's the energy and a Bicycle. Does he draw an N?
Oh, man.
A Muscle Band.
Oh, boy.
Here comes Shaman, Revenge Blast. And there we see the Plasma Energy. That means a Red Signal onto the Genesect.
Yep, that's it. That's it. That's the game.
Andrew Estrada is your new